Hey, greetings from the Pacific Northwest. Bo here. Haven't done a vinyl finds in a while. Got quite a big stack. Got shout outs and got a book to show too. So let's just get to it. First of all, a lot of kind of the old time VC guys that hadn't made videos in a while are coming back. And a big shout out I want to give to Mark Glass Orchid Aftermath. He's back with a kind of a different take on things. He's more historical side, looking for um, private press and different. It's not. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's still after psychedelic and garage kind of music too. It's just it's not as easy maybe to find or anything. But what he's doing now is he's out there and he's finding private press records, primarily like country gospel kind of stuff or songs that feature famous artists in their early beginnings, maybe, um, or particular songs. So, but that's his new take. So check it out, Glass Orchid Aftermath, pretty cool. Um, Had some other shout outs too, Dan at Dots and Loops, but some other people too that just next time I'll write them down. I forget stuff kind of easily. Secondly, got this in the mail, and Richard Morton Jack, who edited Endless Trip, is out with a new book. Psychedelia 1966 to 1970. Top one, I think it was 100 101 records. 101 iconic underground rock albums. So I'm featured here on the cover. I'll just kind of flip through it here a little bit so you kind of, Hoping Right to Forever Changes, my favorite. How does that happen? Nice color, their spirit, you know. So it's got a lot of cool write-ups. There's some write-ups too about some singles in here, both UK, US singles. Um, Interesting little tidbit about LSD and kind of the beginnings of psychedelic music. So highly recommend that book. If you liked Endless Trip, you're gonna like this. Is on 101 albums, it goes a little bit more in depth. Okay, now what you came here for? Vinyl finds. Throat's a little dry. It's the Northwest. Gotta have a little coffee, a little Java. Everybody hates the BC Cheers, so here's Mud in Your Eye. Or not. Okay, anyhow, the vinyl finds. First up, this is the Association. I think it's Stop Your Motor. It's on Warner Brothers. I think this is the second to last record. And if you're familiar with them, they were more of a clean cut group in the early mid '60s. And obviously here they're taking on more of that '70s country rock look. I haven't spun this yet, but that's probably where I just guess that's where they're probably going, is kind of that country rock that was becoming. I think this came out in '71, something like that. Next, I got this because it's on Uni. This is the Cascades. They had started in the early '60s. That early '60s sound, and I'm sure this is them here trying to hold on. Came out in '68 or '69. They're probably. I've not spun this yet either. I'm going to assume that there's some tinges of psychedelia here. So, but when the price is right, sometimes you got to take a chance on some of this stuff. And if it's on Uni, there are certain labels always pick up Uni. Be jazz guys like Blue Note or there are just some labels. Electra 4000. Sorry, just drawing a blank. And this is on Verve Forecast. This was kind of interesting. This is called Street. I think Zach Coiner has a great channel too. I think he showed this recently. I think he found this. This is kind of this lady kind of looks like Joanne Worley a little bit. You know who that was? I mean, a younger version of Joanne Worley, but that's what it kind of reminded me of. This kind of struck me as kind of cash in. There was like street noises in one of these songs, so this wasn't bad. I mean, but for $4, I figured it was worth a shot at it. So this is a really good one. This is Diane Hildebrand, and it's Early Morning Blues in green with an EENE. It's on the Electra 4000 label. This I've spun so many times. This is some really good folk music. Electra that's how they got their start, was with folk music, and then along come the Doors and think in love, and they kind of went slightly in a different direction. Not totally, because there was some, like Steve doing some later stuff that also still kept to their folk roots. But this, you find this is a fantastic record. It's world music, folk music. There's that tan. Highly recommend this. Diane Hildebrand. Also found this at Rainy Day. This is pretty cool. This is on the Electra, but it predates the 4000. It's on the tan label, but it predates the 4000 series. This is Dave Ray, who was later in a band called Bamboo, which was also, and I've had that record a couple times, never really got into it, but this is really fantastic. This is a fantastic record too. Highly recommend it. On that tan Electra, there's the back part of it. We're going to get to the other part here in just a second, but this stuff is like old school, like Robert Johnson style blues. There's 12-string guitar, there's harp. Some songs he just sings. There's no musical instruments whatsoever. This is a fantastic record. And I was talking to Mark at Glasswork at Aftermath about this record, and he said, yeah, he was in a band called Corner Ray and Glover. And you know, if you see that too, it's real similar style. You should get it. And the next time I went in there, boom, this is what pops up. The return of a Corner Ray and Glover is on the Electra. This also predates. It's on a tan. I think it was a tan label one, but this also predates the 4000 series. Yeah, it's on tan. It's a mono jacket. And it says stereo. I have the Doors debut album. It's in a stereo jacket, but it's got a mono sticker on it, so I always thought that was kind of interesting. But so, Corner, Ray, Glover, or if you see Dave Ray, Bamboo I didn't like that as much because it's more country rock. But these are more older style blues records. Highly recommended. If you see these, pick these up. Next one is some BCLT from Matt Sands. I talked about how I could never find the Beach Boys record today. He has a great story. I don't think he's done a video yet on it, but somebody literally, either he found it or somebody else found it and gave it to him. A box of records. They were just on the street, said free. This was in there. The Beach Boys today. I wanted this because it's got the song When I Grow Up, which is my favorite Beach Boys song right after 409. I'm a sucker for the car songs. So big ups, big thanks to Matt Sands for sending me that. Thank you very much, brother. Much appreciated. This next record has a good reputation. I spun it. I'm going to keep it just because kind of guy I am, but this did not live up to its reputation at all. This is the Carolyn Hester Coalition, and it's actually more like it looks like. It's kind of cheesy. She used to be a folk singer, and she was trying to latch on to the psychedelic movement. It's got a hole punch, so it's a cutout at one point, but probably where it belonged was the cutout band. Not a big fan of this at all. Cheesy, overdone. Not a fan, but I'm keeping it. So that's the way that is. Next record. There's another one I think Zach has shown recently. So it looks like I'm copying Zach here. I've had these for a while. I just haven't shown them. I was waiting for some other stuff to come in, and it hadn't shown up yet. So I decided to go ahead and shoot the video anyhow. This is Debbie Harry's first group, The Wind in the Willows. It's on the Capitol Rainbow label. And I'll show the back here. Kind of minimal involvement from Debbie. She just got some vocals, a lot of backing vocals. I think it says that she does the tambourine, and the finger cymbals. So yeah, you know. So this is early. This isn't anything like Blondie or anything like that, but you know, it's not bad. It's got a little touch of psych. It's more of a folk record, I'd say, than anything else. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. This is one that I think is really great too, and I highly recommend it. This is Toad Hall. I think it's class of '68, and this is on Liberty. It's on Liberty Records. Highly recommend this record. This is. It's kind of got a psychedelic reputation. To me, it's got more of a kind of an R&B blues kind of vibe to it, but this is highly enjoyable record, and it was cheap too. And you know, don't spend too much on some of these. Don't, like this Debbie Harry record, if you can find that for $10, sure. Don't spend more than that though. It's decent, but it's not worth 20, 25, 30. Sometimes you see it $40, $50. It's not worth it. Same with this. This is like $8-10. So, you know, if these are in the right price range, pick them up. Recommend it. Now these next two were off condition. The jacket on one's really nice, but the records are both VG minus. But that's okay because for the price, you're not going to find these records. So I took a chance. It's the Mind Garage. This is on RCA Victor. I'm not going to bother showing you the vinyl because it's not in the best shape. But it played through, didn't skip, but it had some noisy parts to it. But it's a really good psych record. Highly, highly recommend this. And the next one, the jacket's as beat up as the record is, but the price was totally right. This is the Fort Mudge Memorial Dump, and this is a great psychedelic record too. It's a gatefold. As you can see, it's got massive ring wear. But who cares about that? But the vinyl, here, I'll show you the vinyl on this one. I don't know if I can get it quite right, but it's got just a zillion, nothing deep, but just a ton of hairlines on it. And it's got a little pop to it occasionally. Okay, next two are just grails for me. So this is, I love Francois Hardy. This album's in all French. This is, I think first or second. This is the Yeah Yeah Girl from Paris, Francois Hardy, and I think Yeah Yeah Girl had to do with the French fashion scene. I think, pretty sure. But this, fantastic record. Yeah, the songs all sound a little bit the same, but I mean not overly bad. But this is something I've been looking for a long time. It's good stuff. It's not folky folk. It's more, if you've ever watched like Mad Men. I know they featured a lot of her songs. It's got a little bit of like a Brazil '66 kind of feel to it. Outstanding. Highly recommend this record too. And the last one, this is my record store day. I'm not a big record store day guy. I've only ever bought two things on record store day. I have the Tomorrow record and I got the July repress. The only two things I've ever bought. I don't like crowds. I don't like big to-dos. I don't like fighting with people for, bits of plastic here. But I went in at the end because I worked on Saturday when I was off. I decided I was going to stop and just not look through the record store day stuff, but to see, because often my store puts out some cool stuff. And this was on the wall. The Above Ground Sound of Jake Holmes. And anybody who's familiar with his story, he's the one that wrote, you can probably see it on there, Dazed and Confused. And it's on Tower. He was opening for the Yardbirds back in the day, in the Jimmy Page era. And Jimmy Page heard the song, and he and Keith Relf kind of reworked it a little bit. And the Yardbirds, it was in their repertoire. If you have the live Yardbirds featuring Jimmy Page album, which was recorded at the Anderson Theater, I think in '68, they were doing that song. The Yardbirds are doing that song then, and Jimmy Page took it with him to Led Zeppelin, and the rest is history. But this record is always $1 zillion, but the price was right on it. It wasn't cheap, but it was right in that sweet spot where I was willing to go for it. And this is one I've never seen it in the wild ever. It's one I've always wanted. I've seen it as much as like $200 on Discogs or online. So I was more, and this was nowhere. I mean, not even a fraction of that. So just a real grail for me. So Mega Psychedelic Hall book. Shout out to Last Work at Aftermath, Dan at Dots and Loop. You know what? There's another guy I like to real quickly, and I should know his first name, but I can't think of it. But his channel is Keen Ear. He talks a lot about the '60s UK records. He talks about other stuff too, but man, nobody watches his stuff. He's really, really good. He's a lot like Jason at Funny Face 26. So Keen Ear. Tune in, listen. Anyhow, we're coming up on 15 minutes, and I think I can't go past 15 minutes or it just cuts off. So, later days, mud in your eye. Cheers. Bye.